Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes. I am Jason Bates, and I'm going to bring you the lender side of things for the show, and he is Stephen Cotton. He's going to bring us the realtor side of things for the show.
Yes. No, just kidding.
As he fades out of
right, like a blimp.
Hey, it's Monday, and today we cover some of the top newsmakers. If you're new to the show, we do this Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Arizona time, and we try to bring you valuable content that you can actually use when you're looking to buy, sell, or refinance property or invest in property. So if you're looking to do any one of those things in the Phoenix metropolitan area, we want to be your team of choice, so reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're at our Facebook page and you want to put some comments, as you just saw that kind of happened below, you can head over to this post here, write your comments, and they will show up on the live show here and on the replay show, not just the live show. So
click on the 22 minutes with Jason and Stefan and then get to the comments part. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun way to engage with the audience. So appreciate your participation. Mama Shucker out there. So appreciate that. Hey, we always do a tweet quote of the day. Let's get to that real quick because we got some newsmakers that you heard it here first. Some breaking news, exclusive kind of stuff.
That was more like a Transformer. Sorry.
Yeah, Transformers.
I was trying to make breaking news.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Let's get to today's tweet quote of the day. All right, today's tweet quote of the day. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And I thought this was good, a good quote of the day, because you got to start. If you want to be a homeowner, you got to start sometime. Don't let certain barriers get in your way, like credit score, like down payment, like price. I don't know, whatever may be your barrier. Don't let that get in your way. You just need a good team to help guide you through it. So reach out to us.
One step in the right direction.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we got to do. All right, that's the tweet quote of the day. So lots of storms last night. Probably that should be part of our thing, right? Property damage, storms. We probably need to do an episode on that, I could think.
Oh, right, like home warranty and my roof guy. Right,
yeah,
here's my roof guy.
Covered under insurance, not insurance, I don't know. Maybe that's for a future episode. Hey, this is the Monday Newsmakers. We got a lot of them here, so I got 7 of them, some of the top 7. So we generally try to take 4, so we're going to try to cram 7 in here. Some of them we've talked about before, but let's get to it.
Well, let's not go too fast. Let's talk about them as much time as we need to talk about them. Because sometimes you just read it and then you're on to the next one. Right?
Some of them we've already talked about, so
all right.
we will. Let's do it.
Okay.
Hopefully this works. All right, it worked. Thank God. Amazon, top story here. Top story, Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon, right? Amazon's huge. Huge. Well, last week, I saw this like Wednesday, I think it was, or Thursday. Came off really, really quick. Amazon.com sent shares of Zillow tumbling by simply putting an inactive link on its website inviting people to hire a realtor. So you can actually hire a realtor from Amazon. Amazon is setting records with its prime business model, and millions are coming to its site. One would assume that it would not be long before Amazon tries to enter the mortgage origination market if the realtor link works. So here's what they did real quick. They, on their site, you could go to, I think it was their business section on the left-hand side, the tree on the left-hand side, hit the business.
Okay.
And you could hire a realtor. And they were actually inviting realtors to submit their information to be referred business, if you will.
Sure.
Similar to what not Realtor.com, but Zillow, I think, does. So that was on for about an hour, and then they took it down immediately. So this has sparked a lot of conversation. Hey, Amazon gets in the business. How's that going to disrupt the business? What could that mean for the business, right? And then
People are already on Amazon, you know, they're looking for their new washer dryer,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, oh, yeah, let's get a realtor to sell this house.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I need a realtor to find a house, or I need this, or I need that. I mean, it's endless. Amazon's not in that market, right? They've already taken groceries, obviously books, right?
Yeah.
Although they're starting to open up more bookstores, right?
People like a bookstore.
Yeah, they shut down basically Borders. I mean, Borders pretty much almost went out of business completely. Yeah. But now Amazon's opening up bookstores. I think they have a couple in New York or whatever, and they have grocery stores. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I even saw a thing yesterday about Amazon and getting packages delivered in the next 5 years to people's doorsteps within 2 hours.
Yeah, because who can't wait a day? Remember when it was 2 to 5 weeks shipping and handling? You remember those days? Like you pay this money, and then in about 5 weeks, if it didn't show up, then you can like call somebody. 5 weeks.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Buy a house in 5 weeks. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how Amazon approaches this. They always have a little bit of a futuristic or a little bit different take. They're not going to copy Zillow, so I'm kind of curious to see exactly what or how Amazon is going to use this or you know, do this, I guess, real estate deal. They're just going to take people's information and say, hey, round robin, here's the realtor for you, or is it certain zip codes, or I don't know how they would do that, but it'd be interesting to see if they do it. But when they put something out there like that, it makes me believe that they're heavily looking into it. They're investing some resources.
They might have put something out there to see if there's any interest, or maybe they put something out there and someone said, no, you can't do it yet. You know, because why did they pull it?
Yeah, I don't know. Testing the market for sure. Demand, see if the demand's there, see if it's worth pursuing more. And I'm sure that a lot of people would take them up on it.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Like the people that are watching the show, what do you guys think? Do you think you'd go to Amazon to find a realtor?
Yeah, really.
That's like the question of the day.
Question of the day. Amazon for a realtor. Would you trust it? Okay, so next story here is Americans see home ownership as a good investment. That's good news, right?
True.
That's good.
Yeah.
National Association.
Ben Carson did his job.
Yeah, last month, right? Home ownership awareness month, right? National Association of Realtors 2017 National Housing Plus survey found that 84% of Americans think buying a home is a good investment. That's really good considering what we went through as a country, right? House prices going down dramatically like they did. Many millennials have begun to question that when home values plummeted. Many millennials had begun to question that when home values plummeted. Now that home prices have regained most of what they have lost a few years ago, owning a home has become much more financially attractive.
Right.
There you go. And we said that, like I said that back then. I mean, hey, we just went over from the Cromford report, which we got a little trouble for that Cromford report. We'll have to talk off air about that. But on that Cromford report, we highlighted some of the down areas, right? Was it $50 a square foot or something like that to buy some homes? Yeah. So that was the great time, but not everybody could afford. Not everybody had the jobs, and you know, I get it, but you know, it's good investment. Look where they are now, kind of thing, right?
Right. No, I think anytime remember, and again, we talked about the $5,000 worth of net worth versus $200,000 worth of net worth. That was one of the Ben Carson's slides or whatever when he was promoting all of that home ownership awareness last month. So I think a renter is $5,000 net worth, and then a homeowner is worth $200,000. I think it's a no-brainer to become a homeowner of some sort.
Yes.
The music stops when you click on me. It's amazing.
I know. I just noticed that. I know.
Gary.
the music.
Bring it down.
I need to transfer that over to your slide there. So that's good. Home ownership, a good investment. I think so too. I think it's even a good investment now. And we've talked about this, last week or whatever. Some people are like, well, I don't know. Are we in another bubble? You know, I don't know. It's a good investment. It's a great investment. Yep. It's a great investment, even in today's market. Okay, next one here. Now, this is one that we kind of talked about, I think it was on Thursday. Was it Thursday last week? We talked about the homeowners or the change in underwriting guidelines, right? Some changes that were happening in underwriting, public records coming off of judgments, that sort of stuff coming off of your credit report, right? To help encourage home ownership and maybe give you a boost on your credit score. Well, how are lenders going to handle that? Some of the largest wholesale lenders shared how their companies are handling the removal of public records from their credit reports. They pretty much agreed with the policy. That's a good thing. So this is good. There's always this thing in the lender world, even though policy may change, doesn't mean that the lender has to participate in the policy. Because they have stockholders and shareholders they have to answer to, right? So they may say, in the interest of our stockholders and shareholders, yeah, we get what you're doing. However, we're going to keep our own policy in place that we're going to do other things to ensure that there are no public records. Okay, there are other reports and things that we can pull to do that. So they pretty much agreed on the policy, which is a good thing. If the public records show up on the title work, they must research it and consider it in the debt ratio. So if the judgment or whatever shows up on title work on a refinance, on a purchase, probably not going to happen because you don't own the property, right? Yeah. But on a refinance, it may. Then they will consider that as part of the debt ratio. So keep that in mind. Some are running a separate report to determine if public records exist that could affect debt ratios, even though Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac don't require it. So some lenders are taking that extra step to ensure that there are no public records. For the moment,
just try to get a really good profile of who the buyer or the refinancer is. Really, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So they're not just. Everybody thinks, oh, Fannie Mae does this and Fannie Mae doesn't necessarily mean. Just like the debt ratio. Well, some lenders may say, okay, that's great. We go up to 50% debt ratio. Fannie Mae does, but that doesn't mean that we're going to, write that kind of paper.
Right.
And some people may say, hey, look, that's irresponsible lending. Therefore, we're not going to go down that road. So for the moment, though, all lenders seem to be kind of accepting it, although there may be some lenders out there who don't accept it. And this is why I wanted to put this out there on the show. This particular article was because if you encounter that person or encounter that lender that doesn't, that you run into that roadblock in, then don't give up. Not all lenders are created equally. Call another lender. Call me, especially if you're in Phoenix, and we'll be sure to get you taken care of.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? You get the loan.
Yeah, you get the loan, right? So public records. I just thought this was kind of interesting because some lenders can have their overlays. This is what they call overlays there. So that's that. Okay, next story. We talked about this too. You hear it here first. So if you're watching the show, you're going to hear it here first, right?
Right.
The next one here. Shortage of lumber. There you go. Shortage of lumber. Oh no, another shortage. When you have a robust housing market, we find there's a shortage of homes, appraisers, buildable land, etc. Now, the National Association of Home Builders is warning there is a lumber shortage. So there's a lumber shortage and the tariff on lumber that we kind of broke last week.
Right, the 18% Canadian tariff.
Yeah, crazy, right? The shortage of new homes has driven up prices of existing homes already. A shortage of the primary building material could drive up and delay more homes. Do you think with the shortage of lumber, do you think that they would look at other alternatives like metal studs or, I don't know, other materials?
Well, I wonder, even the metal studs isn't going to be cheaper than the wood, I don't think. But maybe. Yeah. We should, one of these days we should do that. Remember that the home builder thing that built it out of like the 3D imaging? Yeah, the
3D printer or whatever. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We showed that several months ago or whatever. Right.
Yeah, we should highlight that here because that's probably how much did it cost to build that house? It wasn't that much. It was like $11,000 or something.
Yeah.
Worth of material, if I remember correctly. But I'll have to watch that video again. But lumber prices are going up. There's not enough wood in Canada, which is ironic.
Well, it's not that there's not enough wood. I think it's the tax in importing that wood into the United States. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, So new home sales. So all of you who think that going to buy a new home is going to be better, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, there's not enough. Listen, there's not enough resale out there right now too. So buying a new home, it might be your only alternative. But now just know that you're paying a premium if the wood's going to cost more. Remember when we had that shortage of just laborers? Really, I mean, roofers. They wouldn't be. Your house gets delayed 4 weeks on a new build because the roofers are on a different division, subdivision doing something else. But those will all be the trends that we see because there's not enough supply all around for any of this stuff that needs to happen to ease this housing issue.
We still have a shortage of labor, right? There's still a shortage of labor out there, and that's suppressing that home builders from building more homes. The cost, this is part of that. I've read many articles over the past year that builders have said. We've showcased some of the videos and things about how builders are complaining about the cost to build a home. Therefore, they got to build a bigger home to get a bigger spread on their profit margin. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Not sure what's going to happen there. I think it'll take a little bit of time for builders to build up reserves and start building more efficient homes. It's going to be a couple years.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, speaking of which, I didn't put it on today's thing because I just heard it today, but I did see a report, and I think there's some pressure on Wall Street right now that labor. I've always said that labor is a big contributor to the overall economy, right? People need to get pay raises, right, in order to afford more home. We talked about this last week. I think the labor statistics came out last week, but there was a report this morning saying that there's more pressure now on employers than have been in a long time to pay employees more money. So we're starting to turn that corner to where employers are going to start paying their employees more, which that hurts the bond market. Quite honestly, it hurts the bond market. So rates tend to rise from that kind of news. But it is good that people and employers are looking to give raises and people may be making more money. So that's good. That is a good thing. So hopefully that will then help.
More money, more problems. That's what I say.
Yeah, well, it'll help builders too, with people making more money, hopefully, to afford more.
Get those houses up clear.
Yep. Okay, so the next one here, FICO Score. Everybody knows FICO Score, right? This is.
You know what it stands for?
Fair Isaac Credit.
I don't know.
It's Fair Isaac Credit.
Opinion?
I don't know if it's opinion. I forget. Put me on the spot. That's all right.
Well, I don't know either. Yeah, there's no wrong answer. Me, I like if I see I think football is cool. Football in Canada, Ontario.
There you go.
Remember, I'm all about Canadian football.
Yeah, Canadian football. For the first time, the average national credit score has reached 700. 700. Wow. According to FICO. Average credit scores bottomed out at 686, national average, during the housing crisis when there was a sharp increase in foreclosures. Now the mortgage delinquencies and foreclosures are at very low levels. Scores go up. It is too early to tell if this is also related to the removal of public record. So they may even go higher.
Right.
So does that mean then that lenders will demand higher credit scores to get qualified?
Yeah, remember how people think you need like a 740 or 750 and you only need like a 620 or a 580?
Yeah.
So hello, wake up everybody. There's a good chance you can buy a house today.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say. That's amazing.
Yeah. All right, next one here, ARC, mortgage insurance. This is one, that mortgage insurance, for those of you who don't know, they're the companies that offer the kind of like gap insurance, if you will, a conventional loan. They insure the loan against potential default if you are financing more than 80% of the value of the home, right? It's required by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac to do that. These are some of the companies. Goldman Sachs backed some of these companies, hence why they were deemed too big to fail back in 2008. Because if they failed, a lot of mortgage insurance would have failed. Therefore, then a lot of homes would not have been insured, which would have trickled down into the banks and so on and so forth. So they came out with a new study, and it says here, virtually no chance of lower house prices. Virtually no chance. No chance. There's always a chance, but virtually no chance here. If you have a borrower that thinks the house prices will decline decline a little in the near future, it's time to bring them into reality. A recent study by ARC MI shows that there is about a 2% chance of home prices dropping in the next 2 years in most of the country.
Wow.
So 2%, that's virtually no chance of a lower house price.
So you buy a house today with the idea that you're going to sell it within 2 year or at the 2 year mark, and then you rent for a year to see if the prices go down to buy again. I mean, buy low, sell high. I don't know. But
I just this is what we've been preaching, right? I heard it last week. It's kind of a trend. People thinking that we're in a bubble because prices have gone up and it's too good to be true, kind of thing. Well, studies are being done, and studies are showing that there's probably not a chance for these house prices to go down. So we're not in a bubble. Not a bubble. So
I think we debuffed the bubble idea. I mean, if you watch our show at all, if you guys watch it at all, we talk about how it's way different than it was in 2005, 2006. The whole lending practice is different, you know.
Yeah.
And the way to get a loan is different, and you have to qualify for the payment. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, last story here, which is
made
timing.
It. Wow.
Yeah, which
Never
is timing
did.
timing is perfect here. Does the house have a tree? Is the headline here. The question may seem totally irrelevant to you at the moment, but it may be in the near future. As computers move to kill off appraisers, programmers are attempting to identify factors that affect sales price in a far more detailed than just a simple size and room count that appraisers are currently using. For example, they believe an attractive tree in the front yard may have a significant effect on the sale price and needs to go into the algorithm. Can you imagine a borrower being told, sorry, the house didn't appraise because there's no tree in the front yard?
Yeah.
So I guess
saw your tree, man. It was weak. It was a weak tree.
Yeah, you didn't water it enough. Not enough leaves on that tree. I don't know. This is kind of interesting to me. They're going into some great detail here to get these algorithms. I've always kind of been of mindset of saying, well, how are they going to account for this or how are they going to account for that? There were so many variables that go into each house that makes it its own unique fingerprint to some degree. But at the same time, appraisers, it's a matter of opinion. You can have two different appraisers go out to the same house at the same time and come up with two different opinions on value too.
10 different appraisers. 10 different appraisers, 10 different values.
Yeah.
You know, the number one job for the appraiser, and I know we're getting close on time, is to tell the lender whether or not the house is worth the offer.
Yeah.
You know, that's their job. They go in there and they can come up. Let's say the offer is 280 and you're getting a loan for 250. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. Their job is to see, are you as a lender safe investing in this property with a 250 mortgage? Now they might find different ways to get there, but most of the time they get there. There's the music stop. Let the music stop. I'm about to preach, but it's so distracting when it does. But if I can get a 250 loan on this house, that's the number one question. And most appraisers probably say yes because of this, this, and this, but a few of them will say no because of this, this, and this. It's just weird, right? Everyone goes a different way to get to the same kind of number.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is. But I like to see that they're taking into consideration all factors that play into the value of a home, because I believe mature trees can add value to a home. I know it definitely adds curb appeal here in Phoenix. When you have a house that's all rock landscape versus one that has some trees and some landscaping, I think it's worth a little bit more. So
you get some coolant too. You know, I mean, it helps cool down the house. You know, provide some shade. We had a situation, and maybe we'll talk about it later. But we had a situation with one of my investors in my investor group, not one of my investors, but they found the roots on a tree got into the pipe. You know what I mean? So you have a mature tree, you might have that issue too. But they asked the sellers to remedy it. Because they found it during the inspection period, and the seller said, no, it's not our responsibility. Well, it is their responsibility. So I just want to get that out there. I mean, it's not, you can choose whether or not to fix it, but it's there and you're going to need to fix it now that it's disclosed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. So thanks everyone for participating in the show. Thanks Mama Shucker for being a loyal watcher and viewer, listener. Appreciate that support. Hope you're doing well.
She might get her own real estate license after this because she's getting a lot of educated.
Yeah, good. That'd be good.
Well, I don't know. I said she should.
Yeah, she should. We need good, educated realtors out there. There's a lot of realtors who aren't educated out there, unfortunately. So with that, we do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Appreciate you spending time out of your day to listen to what us two guys have to say about real estate. So hopefully we informed you and gave you some content that you can use when you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, or invest in property. If you're looking to do those things, please reach out to us. We'd love to represent you and work with you to get your piece of the American dream. So please reach out to us if you're in the Phoenix metropolitan area. So with that, we're going to go ahead and end today's show. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Arizona time, to talk about some real estate trends that are happening out there.
Yep. Perfect.
So with that, everyone, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.